Bingen am Rhein is a town in the Mainz-Bingen district in Rhineland-Palatinate, Germany. The settlement's original name was Bingium, a Celtic word that may have meant hole in the rock, a description of the shoal behind the Mäuseturm, known as the Binger Loch.Bingen was the starting point for the Via Ausonia, a Roman military road that linked the town with Trier.Bingen is well known for, among other things, the story about the Mouse Tower, in which allegedly the Bishop of Mainz Hatto was eaten by mice. It was also the birthplace of St. Hildegard von Bingen, an important polymath, abbess, mystic and musician, one of the most influential medieval composers and one of the earliest Western composers whose music is widely preserved and performed. Bingen am Rhein was also the birthplace of the celebrated poets Stephan George, along with many other influential figures. Geography. Location. Bingen is situated just southeast of the Rhine nearby the Bingen forest, which rises west of the town. Rising to the north on the other side of the Rhine is the Rheingau range. The town is its southwesternmost outcrop. In Bingen the river Nahe empties into the Rhine Gorge. Bingen forms the southern limit of the UNESCO Rhine Gorge World Heritage Site. The Rochasberg is nearly completely surrounded by the townsite. Constituent communities. Population development. History. Even before the Romans came, people lived here, because the location favored transport. A Celtic settlement by the name of Binge, meaning rift. In the early 1st century AD, Roman troops were stationed in Bingen on the Rhine Valley Road. They changed the location's name to Bingium. The Romans erected a wooden bridge across the Nahe and constructed a bridgehead castrum, a Roman Mithraic monument which included a mutilated sculpture representing the nativity of Mithra from a rock, was discovered in Bingen. One of its inscriptions is dated 236. The Presbytery Theres of Bingen, founded sometime between 335 and 360, a firmly Christian community. Bearing witness to this time is Thereus's gravestone, which can still be seen in St. Martin's Basilica. After the fall of the Limes, the town became a Frankish royal estate and passed in 983 by the donation of Verona from Otto II to Archbishop Williges of Mainz. Under Otto III the Binger Kammerforce came into being. Under Williges, some way up the river Nahe, the stone Drususbrücke was built. The inhabitants of Bingen strove time and again for independence, which led in 1165 through disputes between the Archbishop of Mainz and the Emperor to destruction. In the 13th century, Bingen was a member of the Rhenish League of Towns. The building of Klopp Castle in the mid-13th century could well be seen as being tied in with this development. A last attempt was the town's unsuccessful participation in the German Peasants' War in 1525. From the Archbishop, the Cathedral Chapter of Mainz acquired the town in two halves in 1424 and 1438. Until the late 18th century, Bingen remained under its administration. Like many towns in the valley, Bingen suffered several town fires and wars. From 1792 to 1813, the town was, as part of the Département of Montagne, French. After French revolutionary troops had occupied the Rhine's left bank. In 1816, after the Congress of Vienna, the town passed to the Grand Duchy of Hesse-Darmstadt, while today's outlying centre of Bingerbrook went to Prussia's Rhine province, making Bingen a border town until 1871, when the German Empire was founded. On the 7th of June 1969, the formerly Prussian municipality of Bingerbrook was amalgamated. On the 22nd of April 1972 came Dromesheim's and Sponsheim's amalgamation with Bingen. The epithet Rhine has been born since the 1st of July 1982. For the State Garden Show in 2008 in Bingen, the Rhine-side areas in the town underwent extensive modernization. Jewish history. Benjamin of Tudela mentioned a Jewish community in Bingen in the mid-12th century. Christian inhabitants attacked the small Jewish quarter on Rosh Hashanah in 1198 or 1199, and the Jews were driven from the city. Jews again lived in Bingen as moneylenders in the middle of the 13th century under the jurisdiction of the Archbishop of Mainz. In 1343, French Jews settled in Bingen. In 1405, the Archbishop declared a moratorium on 1/5 of the debts owed to Jews by Christians, and subsequently the archbishops repeatedly extorted large sums. Noted rabbis who taught in the small community included Seligman Oppenheim, who convened the Council of Bingen in an unsuccessful attempt to establish his authority over the whole of Rhineland Jewry. After the proposal was opposed by Moses Mins, the matter was referred to Isaac Isserlin, who rejected the project. The Jews were again expelled from Bingen in 1507, and did not return until the second half of the 16th century. The Jewish population was 465 in 1933, and 222 in 1939 due to flight and emigration. The 169 Jews who remained in Bingen in 1942 were deported, and only 4 ultimately returned. The synagogue was demolished in 1945, and the community was not re-established after World War II. Politics. Town Council. The council is made up of 36 council members. The mayor from 1996 to 2012 was the CDU politician Birgit Kollen-Langen. After she took her seat in the European Parliament, she was succeeded by her deputy, CDU politician Thomas Fesser. Seats are apportioned thus. Coat of arms. The town's arms show St. Martin cutting off a piece of his cloak for a poor man, and in a small escutcheon index to chief, the wheel of Mainz. Main sites. Mäuseturm, former monastery church, the Basilica of St. Martin, from the 15th century with Romanesque crypt. Klopp Castle, Rochas-Kapelle, Drususbrücke with Romanesque bridge chapel. Old Rhine crane, Hafenkasten with Stefan George Museum, Buricella Palais, an Empire-style building from 1780. Old graveyard from the 19th century with Napoleon monument. Historical museum on the theme, Hildegard of Bingen. Roman villa rustica in the Bingen forest. Rhine floodplain special protection area. Binger Brook Reiter signal box technological cultural monument. A new concept was introduced with the route der Industriekultur Rhein-Main, along which industrial building works on the 160 kilometers between Miltenberg and Bingen are linked together into an adventure route about the industrial age in southern Germany. Already 700 buildings are scientifically catalogued. Culture. Bingen 2008 State Garden Show. Bingen was from the 18th of April to the 19th of October 2008 host for the Rhineland-Palatinate State Garden Show. The event was held along a 2.8 kilometers stretch of the Rhine waterfront on 24 hectares of exhibition area. With 1.3 million visitors, the expected number of 600,000 was greatly exceeded. Regular events: Bingen Swinged Jazz Festival, Binger Open Air Festival, Alternative Festival. Breakpoint, worldwide, one of the Demoscene's biggest events. Nacht der Verführung, Wine Festival in the Vines. Rhein im Feuerschauber, great firework event. Rochasfest, church festival with folk character. Bishopric of Mainz pilgrimage. Windsurfest, lasting 11 days, the longest wine festival on the Rhine. Economy and infrastructure. The region is characterized economically by wine growing, all the more so as in Bingen 3 wine growing areas meet. The town is also the wine growing Bereichs namesake in German wine law. Other industries, which once did business in Bingen when there was a harbour, have left the town over the years. The service industries found here today are found mainly in the industrial park and in the Charlottenburg commercial park. Tourism also plays an important role. Resident businesses NSM alone, alike on Bells is coating Germany GmbH. Transport. Rail. The main railway station, Bingen Hauptbahnhof, lies in the outlying centre of Bingerbrook. It is served as a regional station by intercity trains as well as one ice line. Bingen Stadt Station lies 2 kilometers farther east, right across from the historical harbour crane. This station is only important for local transport. Furthermore, there is also a stop in Bingen-Golsheim. The reason that 2 railway stations arose in Bingen is historical. The main railway station was originally a Prussian border station built by the Rhenish Railway Company on its West Rhine Railway, while the station in town belonged to the Hessian Ludwig Railway. The stops at Drusersbruck are on the Bingen HBF Bad Kreuznachline and Bingen-Kempten and Busheim-Drommersheim on the Bingen-Rheinstadt-Alzey line are no longer served. Road. Bingen lies right near Autobahnen A60 and A61, which are linked to the town by Bundesstraße 9. Water-only private transport is still of importance today. The cargo harbour has been abandoned. The former winter harbour is now a marina. There are landing stages of the tourist lines Köln-Düsseldorfer, Bingen, Rudesheimer Fahrgastschifffahrt and Rosslalinie. A passenger ferry and a car ferry link Bingen with Rudesheim. Until the late 1970s, Bingen was a piloting station. Education. Fachhochschule Bingen, Stephan George Gymnasium, Hildegardisschule, Bishop of Mainz Catholic Private School, Rocker Realschule, Rupertus Hauptschule, Berufsbildende Schule Bingen, Bingen Town Library, Folk High School. Famous people. Hildegard of Bingen, abbess and author, mystic, writer, composer, musician, and medic. After her the Bingen Girls' School, the Hildegardisschule, is named. On the 7th of October 2012, Pope Benedict XVI named her a Doctor of the Church. Bertha of Bingen, Joseph Albrecht von Ittner, b. the 2nd of March 1754, d. the 9th of March 1825 in Constance, writer. Philip Foltz, b. the 11th of May 1805, d. the 5th of August 1877 in Munich, painter. Ferdinand Allman, b. the 1st of August 1828, d. the 11th of May 1912 in Bingen, Mayor of Bingen and member of the Landstände of the Grand Duchy of Hesse. Heinrich Bruck, b. the 25th of October 1831, d. the 5th of November 1903 in Mainz, Bishop of Mainz. Johann Baptist Hilsdorf, b. the 6th of May 1835, d. the 11th of July 1918 in Bingen, photographer and father of Theodore and Jacob. Karl Johann Brillmeyer, b. the 29th of March 1843, d. the 16th of November 1905, Catholic priest, writer and Rhenish Hessian local historian. Alice Bensheimer, b. the 6th of May 1864, d. the 20th of March 1935 in Mannheim. Politician and feminist. Theodor Hilsdorf, b. the 18th of June 1868, d. 1944. Photographer. Stephan George, b. the 12th of July 1868, d. the 4th of December 1933 in Minnesire. German poet. Jacob Hilsdorf, b. the 10th of June 1872, d. 1916. Pancras Blank, b. the 30th of April 1882, member of the Landtag. Saladin Schmidt, b. the 18th of September 1883, d. The 14th of March 1951 in Bochum. German theatre researcher, producer and theatre manager, Fritz Nathan B. 1891. The 3rd of November 1960 in New York, New York. Leading Jewish architect who designed synagogues, department stores, and the first skyscraper in Mannheim. August Weimer B. The 27th of June 1908, D. The 20th of January 1980 in Wiesbaden. Trade unionist and politician, member of the Bundestag. Philipp Anton Bruck B. The 16th of April 1913, D. The 15th of December 1984 in Worms. Ecclesiastical historian, librarian at the Martinus Bibliothek. Gunter Duffer B. The 13th of July 1922, docent for pastoral liturgy at the Episcopal Seminary, diocesan president of church choirs in the Bishopric of Mainz. Claire Marienfeld B. The 21st of April 1940, German politician, former Bundestag Armed Forces Commissioner. Mary Rose B. The 9th of January 1949, German hit singer and actress. Tina York B. The 29th of April 1954, German hit singer. Thomas Kling B. The 5th of June 1957, D. The 1st of April 2005 in Dormagen, German lyric poet. Peter Frey B. The 4th of August 1957, German journalist. Frank Schroeder B. The 2nd of June 1964, singer and actor. Dejan Simak B. The 4th of January 1982, German footballer. Jan Schlaudraff B. The 18th of July 1983, German footballer and first national player from Bingen. Town partnerships.